jump in the weekend, the 3-day event.
Oh, you should actually.
There's no, no.
How is it, Matt?
Oh, it's starting to bubble.
That's pretty good, actually.
Cheese on apple pie there.
Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back. We're at the 4-day UCI Joe Martin stage race, and let's jump right into things. Stage 1, I actually ended up not running my GoPro for this stage since it rained for the first half, and they were calling for rain for most of the day, and I didn't want to deal with spotty footage. The stage finished up Mount Sequoia, which is a super punchy 5-minute climb that really ends up shaking things up. The guys helped protect me and keep myself and Ricky in good position for the hectic run into the climb. I ended up finishing 15th on the day and 13 seconds down from the leader, keeping me in the GC running for the rest of the week. On our way to stage 2, which is a 116-mile stage built for the sprinters with the newly designed finished from last year, which is a rolling 12-mile run-in. The biggest obstacles is Mount Gaylor, which is 72 miles out from the finish, where things can get a little aggressive depending on the wind direction and if there's a break or not up the road. So our team goals for stage 2 was to put a man in the day's breakaway because we knew there'd be one. With who was leading GC, they'd want a break to get up the road. And to help set Peter and Evan up for the final sprint, and also to keep me protected for GC for later in the week. The main break actually went up the road and we ended up missing it. A few of the teams organized the chase and ended up being a pretty chaotic day with the main breakaway not working well together, and it ended up falling apart and there was groups kind of all over the road. We've got some cool footage, a little different from this year because, of course, I forgot my SD card and my GoPro for this stage, which I was really kicking myself after how it played out in the end. So I gave the GoPro to Eric and Henry and Steven in the team car to get some footage.
We'll get him up there.
Figure out who else missed the break.
Well, it's
not many, it's Rio.
No.
Who else?
It's Rio. It's I mean, Elevate has Simpson in it, but there's no way they're happy with just Simpson.
Hey, Volo's still keen on riding the front.
See, Tim went back to the team car to talk with Eric and Steven to try to figure out who was up the road, if there's any GC threats up the road, and what we needed to do if we needed to help contribute to the chase or kind of play it by ear and wait. And what ended up happening is Elevate did a lot of the chasing, but they weren't willing to do all the work, and they were definitely looking for help. First Internet Bank ended up taking over, and they did a ton of work and pulling to the run into Gaylor where it was all together. And going up Gaylor, nothing crazy happened. It was kind of all together. And then after coming off Mount Gaylor, about 20 miles out from the finish, there's these two big kickers, and an opportunity presented itself, and I ended up going off the front. Wasn't an attack, I kind of just rolled it, and two guys joined me, and us three worked together. And we had a pretty good gap about 15 miles out.
Matt Zimmer's up the road with 55 seconds and 3K to go. Hoping he makes it. Come on, buddy. You got this. You got this. You got this. Come on, Matt. You're going to make it. You're going to make it. You're going to make the finish. Come on, buddy. You got this. You got this. Get there. Get there. Get there. Henry, stick it out. Come on, buddy. You got it. You got it. I see two riders. The acceleration of the line. They're battling it out. The two of them are not working together. That stage win up for grabs. Put your hands together as they make their way towards the finish line. Rider number 97, Matt Zimmer. Matt Zimmer unofficially from Project Echelon.
And then the single greatest moment of my career happened. The one that everyone dreams of when they're training and going through those painful workouts in crappy weather, those long hours on the trainer in the middle of winter when all you do is feel like quitting. This single win made every mile, every mountain, and all the pain worth it. It took a while for it to settle in that I had won a UCI stage and taken the yellow jersey in the process. Grant and I were working well together after we lost our third breakaway companion, and the time gap to the field was holding steady around a minute. Coming into 5K to go, I knew we were going to make it if we didn't play cat and mouse too much, so we kept the pace high. Coming into 250 meters to go, I was leading us with the yellow jersey on my mind, knowing I'd take it if we just keep pedaling. Grant jumped me and I chased him for what seemed like an eternity. After 22 seconds of all sprinting and just repeating to myself over and over, "This is everything you've worked for, this is everything you worked for," I caught him with no more than 5 meters to go and won.
Matthew Zimmer.
I think it was.
Matt Zimmer from Project Echelon, Stage 2. Here's the 2019 SnowyMountain Stage race, winning today. All right, moving right along in our jersey presentation. Still riding from Project Echelon, it is Matt Zimmer taking the primal yellow jersey, our best rider in the general classification.
And I don't think for any cyclist standing on the podium and having that feeling of winning will ever get old, especially in a sport where you just lose so much. It's so cool to finally get a win like something like that. And now for the real work, trying to defend it at Stage 3 Devil's Den time trial. I went into the time trial with a 14-second lead over second place GC, and I was thinking going into it I would have needed more like 30 or 40 seconds just due to the nature of the time trial and how good the guys were that were only 15 seconds, 20 seconds down on me, that I would need a little more of a boost to try to hold it. But either way, I was going to give it everything I have and just try to really enjoy the moment and just appreciate being in yellow and just having this opportunity that Project Echelon's given me and the full support of the team. Surprisingly, I wasn't super nervous going into this stage. I just more so wanted to prove that I was worth being in yellow and it wasn't a fluke the day before, as it was definitely a 1 in a million chance, but I don't really believe in luck. I just believe in when the opportunity presents itself, you'll be able to perform, and I had an opportunity and took it. And so today was kind of all about just proving that I belonged to be in the yellow jersey that day and earned it from the day before. And I was super excited to get everything I had to try to defend it. You can check out my sweet Dayman skin suit. Pretty bright. Definitely wasn't going to get hit by a car at all when warming up. But I just took it as a normal time trial, did my normal warm-up, and my legs were a little sore just from being off the front, for 30-40 minutes from the day before and coming down to a super hard sprint finish. But I did my normal warm-up and was ready to give it everything I had. The rest of the guys on the team were kind of just out, taking this almost as a easy day, as at this level, when you go to time trial days, only about half the field is actually trying. The rest are just kind of using it as that recovery day or openers. And the crit the next day is notorious for being super hard with how the course is laid out with the big hill, and it's pretty technical with a lot of corners. And a lot of times in years past, the race has been won and lost on that stage. So the guys were kind of just keeping the legs open and getting geared up for that. I really should have gotten a haircut before this week too, so I didn't look like a bum out there. It was weird being the last one in the start house as well. So I ended up finishing the time trial in 14th on the day, but unfortunately I wasn't able to hold on to the yellow jersey, and I had fallen to 3rd GC, which I was still really proud about. It was still a great experience and a great privilege to be able to wear the yellow jersey and just be in that situation with that kind of pressure and seeing how I would take it and how the team would take it and react. And I was still happy going into the final stage to be in 3rd overall. with a chance at a UCI podium at a stage race.
Watts on the delayed one. This is a plastic thing. Oh, you're going. Alright.
Heading into the crit, stage 4. We have Henry here with the GoPro on the downhill, and of course, once again, I had some camera trouble and it didn't record any of the footage, so I have no actual in-race footage, but it's alright. Brakes kept going, and people were really putting pressure on Stephen Bassett from First Internet Bank, who he had the yellow jersey, and it was his team's job to defend it from Elevate, who was probably the main contester since they were in second GC with James Piccoli. He's a great fit for this kind of course with the hill in it. And so tons of brakes kept going, and my main man Evan was basically in everything, and everyone else was, you know, the main goal is just to keep me protected and get me to that line to lose no time. There's a few sprint time bonuses out on the course too, so we were kind of paying attention to that, so hoping I wouldn't get bumped down, but First Internet had their hands full, and a break actually went with, I think, like 6 guys in it, and they stayed away to the line. And unfortunately, of course, I got bumped down to 4th GC because one of the guys in that group got a 4-second time bonus for getting 3rd overall on the stage, and they had a big enough time gap that he bumped me out of my podium spot for 3rd
Matt's moved back
by, I think, 5 seconds, and I had fallen to 4th overall. But I'm still really proud of that result. I'm proud of how the guys on Project Echelon, how we all rode and came together as a team, and it was great to get a result like that at such a big race, especially a UCI race. This is kind of a reliever, and we could take the pressure off our backs and just race more off instinct and naturally rather than just chasing points and just riding better as a team. I just wanted to say a huge thanks to Project Echelon and everyone else who has encouraged me and been a part of this journey and who's helped me get here, and I can't wait to see where the rest of the year takes us. So thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.